Officials are ready. Both teams are ready. There's the whistle, and we're ready to start the third quarter. Railers out there with their starters, Bowers, Hullinger, Kirby, Bacon, Cannon. Tried to get a quick three from Bryson Kirby and didn't go down, but then Bryson was there at the timeline to strip it away. So the Railers will keep it into their offensive end.
Yeah, that was a play they must have drew up at halftime because the Railers came out right from the get-go and set that play up for Bryson. Just hit off the brim. And
Titus with a strong move down the lane.
Yeah, found an opening, got to the rim, laid it up and good, and he's going to go to the line.
You know, I don't know how much Titus has to score this year, but it's got to be a little bit here. I mean, anywhere they can get points this season is going to be big as Titus gets the free throw.
Right, and you know they've got to recognize that. You know, as far as the defense, knowing that capability is there. If Titus wants to get to the rim, he can. So it's just another weapon that we can use if needed.
So the Railers up 25-10 on the three-point play by Cannon, his first points of the day. Stallworth with the catch. Jumper over Bacon, left it way short. Ball on the ground. Bryson fighting for it, tips it out to Cannon. Bryson's had a good day.
Yeah, he's playing good defense.
Bounce pass by Cannon, trying to throw it a little too far, and it's taken away.
And with this team, you got to have that confidence. If you're hitting your shots, you're more confident. You know, once you start missing some, maybe your head, you know, hangs down, and, you know, that translates to your defense. But right now, the Railers playing good, solid defense.
Stallworth around the baseline. Lefty three on the way. That's going to rattle in and out, and there's Bryson Kirby with the rebound. 6:35 to go in the third. Railers on top 25-10. Cannon will hand to Kirby. Hullinger. Now in the corner to Bacon. Nolan pops around top of the key. Back to Drew. Isaiah in the corner. Railers being very patient on offense. Isaiah with the move out to Hullinger. And Scott, here's what you talked about, where they don't see that shot they're wanting, so they're willing to run a lot of. Nice dump down from Hullinger to Bacon, who lays it up and in.
And that's what you want to see. You know, the Rochester defense, they get kind of lazy when, you know, the Lincoln, they're just passing the ball up top and fall asleep a little bit. Bacon's able to sneak in there. There's a steal by the Railers.
Another steal. Kirby, bounce over to Cannon. Back to Bryson. Rolls good, and he's fouled.
Good ball movement by Kirby and Cannon. Titus tried to go up for layup, but didn't have it, and scooped it under to Bryson. He was able to lay it up and in.
Foul on Wilson, his first. And Kirby in double figures with 11. And Bryson trying to extend it to a 20-point lead with the free throw. He does. A quick 8-0 run by the Railers to start the third quarter. And this is where he talked about step on the gas.
Step on the gas. Don't let them even think they're in this game. And just like that, the Railers up by 20.
30-10, 5.5 to go. Baker, Stallworth makes a move, drives in the lane, lots of contact, rolls off, no call, but no basket.
Yeah.
Rebound to the Railers.
Bacon had good position right there. That was a good no call.
Nolan corner three, count it.
Nolan Hollinger for a three, his second of the game. And that's what you want to see from him. Get that confidence built back up. He's a great shooter, and he can knock down that three, and that's what you want to see from Hollinger.
Tipped away by Bryson in the backcourt. The 10 count's still going. Timeout taken by Coach Steers, and I think he was fearful that that 10 count was going to get him. So a 30-second timeout taken by Rochester. We will keep it here. 5:01 to go in the third. Lincoln has jumped out to a 33-10 lead, and boy, an 11-0 spurt here in the first 3 minutes. Yep. And the one thing I would think if I were going to talk about this game so far right now for the Railers is confidence. Everything they do, they look very confident in.
And they came out right from the get-go, Jeff. This is a game it's a 1:30 in the afternoon game. Sometimes those games, you know, kind of feel a little groggy. It's not the routine you're used to. But they came out right from the beginning. They've had energy. You know, they haven't turned the ball over. They've hit their shots. You know, they're working it underneath, playing excellent defense, and that's what you want to see. You know, like Coach Al said this morning, you don't want to be playing your best basketball right now. You want to build up and get better, and the Railers are doing that.
So after the timeout, Rochester's still looking to break the timeline. not really in any hurry. Baker, they finally do with Schwartz. Almost stolen away by Bauer. Stallworth fumbles it a little bit, gets back out to Baker. Baker down in the corner now. And boy, it shut off quickly. Nothing inside again from this Railer defense. You know it's not good when the coach on the other side, as it's taken away by Isaiah, just looks at his team, yells, and throws his hands up.
Yeah, there's just really nothing you can do.
Isaiah!
Yeah, he's out of control right there. He should have pulled it out, set up some offense. He got called. Oh, they called a block. I thought.
Wow, that was interesting. The baseline official went up with 2 fingers. The official on this side pointed this way.
Yeah. So the other guy trumped the other guy.
Isaiah, free throw on the way. That's up and good. And you know, if it weren't 34-10, maybe they talk about it, but it's one of those like, just let it go.
Well, Isaiah was a little bit out of control right there. Never really did have control of the basketball. Just trying to make something on that transition, and a little bit out of control, but he was able to go up strong and get the call in his favor.
4:22 to go. Lincoln on top, 34-10. Isaiah still with the second free throw on the way, and that's good as well. So Railers doing a lot better from the line here today.
Yeah, that's a good sign right there when Bowers starts hitting some free throws, because he's going to be on the free throw line quite a bit this year, and kind of struggled the first couple games, but he's finding his groove.
Well, the Railers came in with 62 attempts into the game today, and he had 28. So there you're looking at almost half right there from just Isaiah. Boy, Rochester really had, you know, maybe for Rochester it's the wrong shape. You know, if they played with something shaped like a football.
Throw a football around, but
right, but a lot of it's the Lincoln defense.
Yeah, our defense is moving and flowing to the ball. Probably the best I've seen. You know, obviously this year it's still early, but they're energized. You know, it's a Saturday afternoon. They know that they're going to have the rest of the day to do what they want and come out here, you know, play their tails off and move on to next week.
Foul on Drew Bacon on the baseline. That'll be the third for Drew. First team foul, so Drew will head out. Ben Grunder, who had a nice first half with 5 points, checks back in. 3 on the way from the left side. That's up and good for Jaden Reed.
Just kind of tossed that up there. It didn't look good. Had no rotation, but was able to knock it down.
That ends a 13-0 Railer run to start the second half. Still 35-13, Lincoln on top. Isaiah's 3 on the way, and Isaiah answers for 3.
Three-pointer Isaiah Bowers.
Isaiah now with 8. And Lincoln on top, 38-13. Over to Stallworth. Now to Baker. Baker dribbles down, tries to get it. Oh, nice steal by Bryson. Throws it over his head, saves it back into Bowers.
Yeah, good move by Bryson. Slipped in there. Got the pass.
Isaiah to Grunder. Now to Cannon. Back out to Isaiah. He's wide open. Got a good look. Got it to go down for 3.
Good ball movement by the Railers. Found the open man. Isaiah was able to knock it down at the top of the key. Now Railers with their biggest lead of the day.
Where the lead quickly went to 20. And right now it's just shy of 30. 10 count. 2:29 to go. 41-13. Lincoln on top. And you know, here's the thing we don't talk about enough of how good the kids are as far as being people. Isaiah got the ball, flipped it to the official, looked at him and said, "Here you go, sir."
Yeah,
now,
that's what you see.
30 seconds ago, there may have been a call that he thought should have gone his way, and you're, but then there's that moment of, "Here you go, sir."
Yeah, it's respect, and you know, you never want to try to show up an official because you're never going to come out on the winning end. But yeah, and you want that. You want people to see that, and that's how you want Lincoln to be known for, is respectful young men, but when it's game time, you know, they want to win.
Into the contest, Zach Morris, 2:10 to go in the third. Lincoln on top, 41-13. Grunder in the corner, working against the defense, and a foul's going to be whistled.
Yeah, they got the second one. I thought they could have called that first bump, but
6'2" junior Mike McNicholas, his first. Morris to inbound on the baseline. Looking, still looking, gets it back out to Sloan. Now over to Isaiah. Isaiah drives in, bounces on the baseline to Ben.
Kick that out.
Ben over to Sloan. Tate picks it up back now to Hullinger. Grunder in the corner now to Hullinger. 1:45 to go in the third. Lincoln with a 28-point lead. Hullinger turns. Nice look down low to Ben. Ben kicks it back out to Sloan's. Three on the way is good.
About made that rain right there. He had some arch on that thing, but was able to drain it for his first three-pointer of the game.
44-13. Under a minute and a half in the third. Over to Reed. Brings it back to the far side now. Riley Roche in the contest and stepped on the sideline. So a turnover gives it back to the Railers. Scott, so far the Railers at the 109 mark, 9 threes on the afternoon.
That's what you want to see. Now, if we could hit those 9 free throws past Saturday, that's a whole different ballgame.
Bowers drives in. Lane opens up. A little out of control on that layup. Rebound down to Stallworth. Roush, three. Missed no good. Hullinger the rebound. Nolan's had a good, strong game today as well.
Yes, and when you're hitting a three-pointer like we mentioned, it's confidence, Jeff, and you know that confidence transfers over from hitting your shots to defense to rebounding. And you know they're starting to gel a little bit more too. They know where each other's going to be, and whenever you can just react instead of thinking about it, that's going to help as well.
Final 20 seconds of the quarter. Also want to thank sponsorship of Railer basketball from the Carpet House and where the cheap seats was this morning, Lincoln IGA.
Lincoln IGA, yeah. Got to see Santa Claus out there.
Down to 6, Nolan. Left side to Morris. Down to 4, Sloan. Down to 2, little floater in the lane, won't go down. End of 3, a good quarter for the Railers. Lincoln, 22 in the first half, had 22 in that quarter alone, and they're up 44-13 as we head to the fourth. Railers up 44-13, back with the fourth in a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer basketball. Back in Springfield, kicking off the conference season, and the Railers 8 minutes away from chalking up win number 1. They are well in control of this one, 44-13. Sloan, Kirby, Morris, Grunder, and Bowers on the floor for the Railers as we get started in the fourth quarter. 9 threes, and other than Zach Morris, everybody who has played has scored, so you get a good balance there as well.
Oh, man, they get Tate with a little touch foul. They've been letting them play a lot worse than that. But maybe a little sympathy for Rochester, being down 31 points.
First on Sloan, second on the team. Schwartz needs some help, gets it over to Reed. Reed down in the corner.
Yeah, it's coming over towards us.
Good hands.
Yeah, good hands.
Got to protect the face.
Should have palmed it and threw it back.
If it's a sandwich, I could grab it.
It's glad it went your way, not mine.
Well, we were just talking about being courtside. There is that hazard.
There is that. Yeah, you gotta be heads up.
Reflexes have slowed down. 7:15 to go in this one. Grunder's going to go baseline. Reverse layup. Won't go down. Isaiah tips it back out to Morris. Bryson, top of the key. Had an open look at a three. Didn't take it. Sloan. Now to Grunder. Grunder's going to drive in. Layup. This one won't go down. Ben's missed a couple under there. Rebound down to Sutker for the Rockets.
And those plays right there are going to frustrate the coaching staff because they feel that whenever you get to the rim, you have got to finish. And that's something that we have struggled in the first 5 games was, you know, our layup percentage, I guess, was not very good. And, you know, whenever you get to the rim, finish strong. You can't anticipate the foul.
Checking in for the first time today is 6-foot junior Eddie Combs. He replaces Isaiah Bowers, so we've probably seen the last of Isaiah today. Isaiah, if he does not get back in this one, finishing with 11 points. 6:40 left. Lincoln up 44-13. Rochester needs help. He's picked up his dribble, now kicks back out to Baker. Over on the right side is Schwartz. Schwartz and Baker. So Baker's going to fire a three, rattles off no. Rebound comes down, it's swatted away from behind. I think they got either Bryson or Combs.
We'll see here. They're going to get Bryson. No, they're going to get Combs.
His first, third team. Sloan and Kirby check out. Cannon back in. Sam Birnbaum, the 6-foot junior, in for the first time.
And you mentioned off air, Jeff, that we're going to see some other kids get in the game, and you know that's good for them because they bust their tails off at practice too, and for them to get some game time, you know, that's good for them to get the experience.
Swatted away, and it's going to be staying with Rochester. Well, and the other thing is, something I think maybe people forget about is the Railers that we see most of the time through the games. There's a steal by Morris. Morris ahead to Titus. Titus with the layup for the easy two.
Good job, guys. Zach Morris with the steal. Passes it up to Cannon. The nice, easy lay-in.
The ones that maybe don't get the playing time that they would want are the ones that are practicing hard and making the ones that do work as hard as they do.
Yeah, and then to be able to reward them with some time, and, you know, got a court full of juniors right now. You know, that's going to be your future next year with Isaiah and Bacon out there with them. And, you know, the more experience they can get, game time experience, the better.
Jumper is good from Adam Schwartz for Rochester. Their first points of the quarter. Lincoln on top, 46-15. Under 5.5 to go in this one. Birnbaum out to Cannon, now to Grunder. Grunder got bumped, no call. Titus thought about the three. Drives in, bounced to Eddie, and Eddie couldn't grab it.
That was a good play. Eddie got a little backside cut, but couldn't handle the pass, and Railer turns the ball over. And I don't know how many, we don't have very many turnovers today, Jeff, but you like to see that ball movement, looking for the open guy.
Railer basketball this year brought to you by AAA Window Siding and Doors and Rick Ham, State Farm Insurance. Oh, almost a steal right in front of us as Baker let go of it, and Stallworth wasn't looking. Out of bounds. Out of bounds again on that sideline right in front of the Rochester bench.
Having a hard time locating where they're at on the court.
.450 left, 46-15. Lincoln on top. Combs in the far corner. Now to Cannon. Birnbaum to Grunder. Combs to Morris. Cannon picked up his dribble, kicks back out to Birnbaum, had it tipped away and taken away by Schwartz. And then taken right back by Morris.
It's 2 steals by Morris now.
Grunder three. Long. Morris the rebound underneath. Off the glass, had it swatted away. He went down, and then he got grabbed as Eddie was trying to grab it in the corner, and as Wilson went by, they finally get that one, but yeah.
That ripped his head off.
End of the contest for the first time for the Railers. In fact, for the season is 6'4" sophomore Colton Holiday. So his first action on the young season. Holiday back now to Morris.
You like to see how these young kids are going to react. You know, the sophomores, you know, they'll have their JV season start up here. And, you know, now they get some varsity time, and just kind of see how they handle the pressure.
3:50 left in our contest here today. Railers on top by 31, 46-15. Morris over to Sloan. Sloan drives in, top of the key. Now back out to Combs. Combs head to Morris. Morris pulls up from 17, left it short, rebound to Rochester. And the one thing you really appreciate about this Lincoln program is the 5 guys on the floor, it doesn't matter who they are, it all looks the same.
Yeah, it's just the system. They run it, they've been running it. Most kids have been running it since junior high.
High arcing three is no good. And there's Zach Morris with another rebound for the Railers. 3:10 to go. Railers up 46-15.
And that's, you know, if you notice when it's meet the Railers, it's usually we're playing we're playing man on man because they know our defense, and it'd be not much fun to watch that. So Yeah, they know the system. They run it.
Morris with a couple misses. Down low underneath. Basket is going to be up and good. And that is going to be Tommy Dyer with his first points. Makes it 46-17. Timeout taken by the Railers, and that's simply just to get Isaac Dewberry in the contest.
Just a substitution timeout.
So Isaac, the 6'1 freshman, in for the first time. So with 2:45 to go out there, you've got Sloan, Birnbaum, Dewberry, Combs, and Holiday. Dewberry into Sloan.
You know, now a lot of people don't understand that maybe why didn't some of these kids get in the holiday tournament? Well, you can only play so many tournaments a year, you know, so they'll have with Dewberry and Holiday, you know, they'll have their tournaments coming up, and you can only play, I think, in maybe two or three tournaments. So, you know, that's the reason there, and it's an IHSA rule.
And who doesn't love the IHSA?
Yeah, well, I know one guy who doesn't.
And I think a lot of people at Fenwick High School don't either.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Bounce into the corner, driving the baseline, off the glass. That's up and good from Sean Norris.
A good little move from Norris. Able to get up and under and lay it off the backboard. There's a three by Dewberry.
3 up, no good. Fighting for the rebound. Combs and Holiday couldn't grab it. Rochester comes back this way. Under 2 minutes to go. 46-19. Railers in control. Their best defensive effort.
Travel. There you go. You got it.
Their best defensive effort this year was against Limestone when they held them to just 23. So a chance for their best defensive effort of the year here today.
Yeah. Hold them under 20. That's our goal.
Sloan hands to Combs.
If you can hold a team under 20 points for a game,
you better win.
Your odds of winning are pretty good.
Minute and a half. Out to Dewberry. Drives in, kicks over to Sloan. Down in the corner. Holiday back out to Dewberry. Combs gets a screen from Birnbaum. Behind the back, Holiday. You see the Snickers on the bench from the behind the back dribble.
Yeah. It's not something you want to do when you're in the paint. Stepped
on the baseline. Well, and I should preface that with saying it was the Snicker from the players, not the coaching staff.
Well, he's young, you know. He does that next year. It might get an arousal out of a coach where he yells at him not to be doing that. But
we're under a minute. We're at 50 seconds. Lincoln on top, 46-19. 3 on the way. That's going to be off no good. Dewberry there for the rebound, tipped out of bounds. It's going to say last touch by Rochester. Kirby and Bowers have led the way for the Railers today. Bryson with 12, Isaiah with 11.
And they got some rest. You know, they're coming out here healthy, and now we'll work for next week, next Friday. I do believe Jacksonville, so that's going to be a tough one. And you know, but this is a game the Railers needed after a tough loss against Danville.
Dewberry with the drive, and he went down hard. And they'll say it's going to be out of bounds on the baseline.
Rochester fouls on 12, Tommy Dyer.
22 seconds to go.
16.
Over in the corner, Combs knocked out of bounds by Rochester, so it'll stay with the Railers. Yeah, Scott said one game this week for the Railers. Next week, one game. It's Friday night. It's over at the Bowl in Jacksonville. Sloan near side to Holiday. 15 seconds to go. Birnbaum to Combs. We're down to 10. And got to believe as Coach gives the signal, Tate's going to back it up, dribble it out, and that's going to be our final score here today. Railers with the victory, 46-19. They improve to 5-1 on the season. Rochester loses their first game of the season. They're now 0-1. Final score, Lincoln 46, Rochester 19. We'll be back with the Josh Comnick Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic Center postgame show in a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
It's different. this will be the last time you see a lot of these guys. And speaking of guys, we got Coach Al on with us today right now.
Yes, joined now by Lincoln coach Neil Alexander. Coach, congratulations on the win today, 46-19. We were just talking about the fact that you don't want to call this a trap game, but knowing that the Railers had 5 games under their belt, Rochester's first game, you would like to think that this was a game that was set up for the Railers to win. But the word we kept using over and over throughout the broadcast was just how confident, both on offense and defense, this Railer team looked here today.
Well, I thought we played pretty well, and we knew and understood that, you know, we've got, 6 games under our belt. They don't even have 3 practices under their belt. So, you know, that makes a difference. And we wanted to come out and pressure them and, you know, make sure that, you know, if you let them get a chance to stay in the game, then things can happen late, and we didn't want that to happen. So I thought our kids executed offensively a little better. We hit some shots, which always makes you look better. But our defense, that was, the key to the whole thing.
Thought you did a good job of keeping Stallworth out of the middle. I know he likes to roam around the arc a little more than maybe the coaches would like, but as long as he's out there, you're probably fine with that?
No doubt. The farther away from the basket he is the better off we are. He's a great athlete, and, I think he had their first 7 points, and we wanted to take notice where he was at, and our guys, done a nice job. We put good full court pressure on and kept them out of sync, and it being a team that had 3 practice under your belts and coming out and playing against, a full court press and everything is really, really tough.
It was good. I'm sorry, Jeff. It was good seeing some other kids contribute on the offensive side. Nolan Hollinger kind of struggled a little bit on the Eaton tournament, came out and hit 2 big threes today, and that's something you're going to have down the road in the Central State 8.
Yeah, no doubt. We got to have other guys who can step up, and we got to be able to hit shots in big time situations. And when against Danville, we couldn't hit one, and we needed one. This game here was a little more relaxed. We had control of it, and it's a little bit easier to shoot when you're relaxed than when you absolutely need a basket.
Coach, one of the things that we've talked about, the Railers had a good day shooting. It had 9 3-pointers. But it was nice to see the Railers score in different manners. There were a couple times where a steal or a rebound, Isaiah got it, brought it all the way up court, drove the lane, and you were able to get easy shots to Grunder and to Bacon. And I think teams look at Lincoln and figure, well, even if they get a fast break, they're going to look to kick it out for a 3. That's something that this team's going to have to do, is score more inside and score on that transition. Yeah,
we need to be able to score in many different ways, and you have to score in the paint. And we're really not a back to the basket, post up, power it in. We did get one tonight with Ben Grunder down on the low block, and those are things we just felt at that time that we went to him down on the block that he had a mismatch. He had a guard on him, and we wanted to try and take advantage of that, and that's what this team has to be able to do. And we're not to that point to where we're executing. We still had some things where we didn't execute properly, and this has to be a perfection. These guys have to be perfect on everything that they do, and I thought today we made progress. So hopefully next Friday night we don't take a step back, because it'll be a whole different team next week.
Yeah, the atmosphere being over at the Bowl, Jacksonville, we know how good they are supposed to be. So you get a week, and Scott mentioned this also, with having a week to prepare for someone, or just even get your legs back under you and take away some of that fatigue, probably played a big part today as well.
Yeah, this was a long week. I mean, we had 5 days of practice, and usually you only get 4 with a Friday night game, or now you have a few Tuesday nights sprinkled in there. But it's ideal to get 4 days of practice and preparation. That's the perfect amount of days that you need. And you throw in a 5th, it really makes it for a long week.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win here today. You start the conference season 1-0, and I'm sure every game as the year goes on, there's going to be the last time this happens in the conference, the last time that happens. But if for nothing else, the last season that the Railers are in the Central State 8, as of right now, you stand alone in first.
We're in first place. I told them we just cut it, quit, and we'll take the crown.
And cut.
Cut.
So, and one final thing, what do you think our sidekick here needs to do with the fact that Bryson was named player of the game today with his 12 points?
Oh, wow. I thought our guys, all of them played well, and that's what I don't like about naming player of the game or whatever, because we had some other guys that contributed in different ways and things. But Bryson played really well also. So Isaiah played well. Nolan played well. We just we just got to make sure that we got one thing in mind as a team, and that's to get a win. And these guys have that in mind.
Coach, do you know real quick when the Collinsville meeting is for the season?
I think it's this weekend, so maybe Sunday night the pairing should be out. If not this weekend, it's next Sunday.
Okay.
Might be next Sunday.
Okay.
They'll get one more game in, and I'm pretty sure it's next Sunday.
Okay, so then we'll know from there. So,
yep.
Well, congratulations on the win. Enjoy a few more basketball games here today, and we'll see you over in Jacksonville Friday night.
Okay, we'll be there.
Railers win today, 46-19. We'll wrap things up here in just a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
Lincoln Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 and streaming live at WLCNonline.com is brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Corey Leonard, AAA Window Siding and Doors, The Carpet House, Lincoln Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Lincoln IGA, Fifth Street Food Mart, Timbercrest Veterinary Service, the Lincoln Park District, Rick Ham State Farm Insurance, Lincoln Heating and Cooling, Lincoln Printers, Memorial Sports Care at Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital, Lincoln College, Stacy's Family Pharmacy, Community Action Partnership of Central Illinois, Grau Incorporated, Schneider Chiropractic, St. Clara's Manor, Eaton Corporation, Jim Examus Ford Lincoln, Bright Ideas Screen Printing and Embroidery, Headline Salon LLC, Citizens to elect Kevin Bateman for Lincoln Mayor, Family Custom Cleaners, Laundry, Tanning and U-Haul, Denise Costello Salon at 416 Holly Drive, Gary's Drywall, Finishing, Painting and Power Washing, Connect Construction, Lincoln Dare, AG Farms, and by Stuffed Pizza.